Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Dennis Lynch. I'm the principal of Everett High School. On behalf of Vice Principals John Sutera and Jim Murphy, our entire school, from our student athletes to our faculty and staff, we're excited to welcome you all here today. We're eager to begin another chapter in the storied history of football and athletics in this great city. With this announcement today, we are confident that our athletes will grow not only as football players, but also as strong, respectful individuals who embody the spirit and values of Everett High. A special thank you to Superintendent Hart, whose vision and leadership in building a strong organization of dedicated individuals is evident each day here in our schools. Thank you for joining us here in the Crimson Cafe as we continue to move forward as a school community. I would now to introduce Everett Public Schools Athletic Director, Ms. Tammy Turner.
Thank you, everyone. I am getting older, so I have to put my glasses off for this. And this process has definitely given me a few more gray hairs, but thank you, everyone, for coming here today. We are excited to announce the hiring of our new head football coach, and we understand how important this is to our community. We understand that Massachusetts football is better football when Everett football is better. So we know how important that is. With that being said, too, we want to say thank you to the news for being here today. Through the last 22 years since I've been here, you have covered Everett and Everett football, and we appreciate all the support that you have always given us. So thank you. I would also personally like to thank Superintendent Hart, Principal Lynch, and the assistant principals for helping us through the whole process. It has been gruesome. I thank the committee that helped us through the whole process. It has been going on since December, and so I am relieved that it is over, and I think we've done a great job. So before we get to the announcement, though, we would like to have a very special guest that would like to speak about the impact of Everett football that has been made on his life. The individual embodies the characteristics that Everett football strives to instill: toughness, resilience, and a sense of family that continues past graduation. He is a two-time state champion, Super Bowl champion here at Everett. He is a graduate of Boston College that he had a full ride. He is now a member of the Miami Dolphins. He will be going back for spring training. Without further ado, Jason Matri.
First off, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, I genuinely, I really truly believe I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be the person I am today. I also want to thank you, Ms. Turner, and everybody else in the Everett committee for allowing me to be here today. Everett has the most special place in my heart. It truly is why I am the man that I am today, and I truly do mean that. So I appreciate all of you guys for letting me be here today. And so I'd like to start by saying, when I came to Everett, I'm originally from Orlando, Florida. I was born in Orlando, moved to Everett when I was 12, and my mom was just like, we're moving. My mom and my dad split, and she's like, we're moving to Boston. And I'm like, what? Me and my brothers are like, what? This is the most random thing ever. And she ended up moving. She came down here and worked, and she moved me and my 5 brothers here, and we were living in a hotel for 2 months. And we ended up going to Lynn, finding a house in Lynn, and it was all beat up and stuff. And so we ended up moving to Everett. Honestly, it was all God the way it happened. We were supposed to live in Lynn, and then the house that we found in Lynn, we were already about to close and stuff, and we ended up not working out. The house was kind of beat up, the basement was beat up, so we found a house in Everett. And that's how I ended up in Everett. And I never played organized football before. I was more of a hooper. I played basketball, I was undersized, and so that kind of slowly faded away. That's the voice, that kind of slowly faded away, but he would always play me because I was playing defense. But my basketball dreams kind of faded away. And so in the 6th grade, I met Dennis Wilcox. You guys all know Dennis. That's Jake, his son, one of my best friends. And I met Dennis Wilcox and Jake, and they were like, bro, you should come out and play ball. And like, I was an athletic young kid. I started playing football, and honestly, I just never turned back. But I don't want to say me. I'll just say the way the city of Everett shaped me into the man I needed to be in order to live this life that I live and play football. And so, man, the journey's crazy, but obviously I played through Pop Warner and stuff. But when I got to high school, as a freshman in high school, I played freshman. But then, like, I could see guys, like, I looked up at the varsity team, and I would see guys like Lucas Dennis, Gene Richard, a few, obviously all the other Everett greats that were here. But I would look up to those guys, and I would just be like, man, like, it was so much more than football that kept Everett football going. You know, like, football was just what we did while we were there. Like, we played football, and we loved playing football because it's football. But what kept us going and what kept them going was just so much more than football. It was genuinely like a brotherhood. Like, we just always wanted to be around each other. And we were all best friends. Like, we were all we were brothers. And like, I spent every single day with Mikey Sarenstill and Isaiah Likely and Kelly and all those guys and Jamal Simon. I spent every single day with those guys. And half the time we wasn't playing football. We was either playing basketball in Mikey's yard. We was doing other stuff, flag football tournaments and all these other things. And like, these dudes literally became like, I was seeing them more than I was seeing my family, because I was seeing them at school. I would be at their house and stuff, and I was just like, these are my brothers. And so like, when we were out there on the field, I'm like, I can't let these dudes down. Like, this is literally my brother next to me. Like, I can't let this dude down. And we got that competitive edge, and because of like, we were like, these are literally like my best friends. This is my family right here, and I'm not gonna let this dude down. And so I think that's where it really, like, the drive came from. But then obviously also the way we just went about our business. We had fun, we did the things, but like, we had a group of guys who genuinely loved football. And so we went to practice every day. We embodied, you know, like what it truly was to be like tough and like, you know, like, mind you, not to say like in a bragging way, we were genuinely a lot of times a lot better than other people. And sometimes we did get into like challenging games and stuff, but we didn't care about that. We were like we might be better than you guys, but like, we're gonna go out here like we're not better than you guys. And we were always underdogs in our eyes, like, you know, because we were good players, but it was more of like we want to go out here and dominate anybody we go against. And I think that's what every football is and what it needs to be, because that's the people we have. And one other thing I would say is that to me and Mikey and stuff and my other friends kind of joke about it, but it's true. Like, when sports in Everett is down, when sports in Everett are down, when people aren't good, when people aren't playing sports and nobody pays attention to Everett sports, crime rates go up. People, you know, like, and younger kids and whatever it is, getting into trouble, people on the streets, that's honestly what happens. Like, we always had something that was keeping us focused. You know, we always had something that was just like, we were playing sports and we were always hanging out with each other, and it kept us out of the streets. Because nowadays, I feel like, man, like, you have kids, I mean, I had some brothers, I had some family members who got into some trouble, so I'm speaking from, you know, like, a perspective that I've seen it firsthand. And so, like, nowadays, I feel like sometimes, you know, these young kids, you know, they don't have a way out. And football is generally, like, it was our way out. We come from a city like Everett, like, we ain't privileged like a lot of people, you know what I mean? We all grew up and we had to really work for all that we had, you know what I mean? And everybody in here, I'd say, like, nobody in here got it easy. And so I would say that, you know, that's what, you know, sports is just so much more than just sports. It's a way to bring people together. It's a way to bring coaches together. Like, coaches get better, players get better in sports. Like, it ain't just you coach and I'm the coach and you're the player. Nah, like, we all grow, and that's what, like, it's like life. And I've just learned so much more about life in sports. And honestly, a lot of that started in Everett. And I'm just so grateful and blessed to be a part of this. And I'm just can't wait to see what Everett football has to come. And I just can't wait to see how Rob, you know, leads these guys. I want to be around as much as possible. I want to continue to just leave my impact on this place. And, you know, I know God is calling me to. His turn is helping me out with that. And so I just appreciate you guys, and I love you guys. So let's go. Roll Tide.
Next up, I have already thanked him once, but I'm going to thank him again because he has helped with this process, and he had a lot to bear on his shoulders. But I want to thank Mr. Superintendent Bill Hart again and have him come up to introduce our announcement today. So, Mr. Hart.
Thank you very much, Tammy, and to everybody here, thank you for being part of this celebration, really, of Everett and Everett sports, and of course, our football program. I would be remiss if I didn't include all of the hard work that went into this. It's not just a quick appointment. It is a process that is followed with dedicated staff across this particular school and in our administrative ranks. We pulled together a search committee. We posted our requirements, significant requirements to become a head football coach here in Everett. And that team of folks, again, team of people came together and interviewed many qualified candidates for the job. And I'd like to thank not only Ms. Turner, who served as the second round of interviews, but certainly our wonderful principal here, Mr. Dennis. You have been an enormous impact, Mr. Lynch, and I want to thank you for your work leading this fine institution, but certainly bringing us forward with a great candidate. I'd also like to thank the other members of the search committee, which was chaired by our assistant athletic director, who's no stranger to Everett sports and certainly our programs here at Everett High School, Mr. Steve Gallagher. I'd also like to acknowledge former Everett High football player and a member of our Access TV, Josh Delgazo, over to my right. Mr. Paolo Lambracia, another football great from Everett, who serves as the principal of the Madeline English School. Sue Lomas, who is a teacher here at Everett High School. Jim Murphy, who is one of our assistant principals. Mr. Murphy is right over here to my right as well. Gene O'Brien, our music director, and Mr. Dave O'Connor, our director of communications. These folks came together and did the work. I got the easy part. I got to see the finalists that they forwarded to me for that last conversation. So let's give these folks a round of applause. A lot of people would love to have been here today. We heard from many, many people. But this event is happening in the middle of the day, so students and others could participate kind of in the aftermath of the announcement. But I also would like to thank those who were able to join us today. Our school committee member, Joe D'Onofrio, our chair of our school committee, Samantha Hurley. I think she'll be back. Oh, there she is. I saw you earlier. And of course, later to conclude our program will be our fine mayor, Mayor DiMaria. So thank you all for being here as well for this important event. As you all know, Everett High School stands for excellence, which means we need leaders who uphold excellence. We have found that in the person that we have selected for our head football coach. It gives me great pleasure to introduce this gentleman who has a long and proven track record as an educational leader and a winning coach. His knowledge of this city and our football program is surpassed only by his love for our players and the Crimson Tide. He grew up here in Everett and has an unbreakable bond with this high school. He cares deeply about maintaining our great tradition and adding new chapters to this amazing Crimson Tide football story. He truly understands how much this matters to all of us here and beyond these four walls and in this institution, and countless others who follow and support our football team. He has been a teacher and administrator for more than 25 years in Arlington, where he currently serves as the Dean of Students at Arlington High School. He has been head coach at Pope John, Arlington, and from 2020 to 2022, right here in Everett, where he compiled a win-loss record of 21-3 and sent 17 players to college ranks. Today, he returns to this city, our city, his city, to lead our student athletes of the Crimson Tide. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me announce our new head coach, Mr. Robert DiLoretto.
Wow, that's amazing. That is, thank you. Thank you to the band. Thank you to our cheerleaders, and thank you to everybody. thank you to everybody for being here right now for me today. I just appreciate it so much. My Lord. I see Jason Matri here, and can I have a hug, buddy? I would like to first thank our superintendent, Mr. Hart, our mayor, Mr. DiMaria, our principal, Mr. Lynch, our athletic director, Ms. Turner, and assistant athletic director, Mr. Gallagher. Thank you all for your support and your faith in me as your next head football coach. My family is here, and it's hard for me to even look at my kids without shedding a tear. My uncle is here, my Uncle Bruce, and my son Robert, and my son Corey, my daughter Casey, and my daughter Riley's in Berlin, Germany, and my daughter-in-laws, and I love you all very much. Thank you for being here for me today. I want to just take a quick minute to also give a moment of respect to every assistant coach and every head coach in the history of Everett football that has helped build this amazing tradition. In my lifetime growing up in Everett, the names of the football coaches came out of my mouth that fast, and I still know them. I remember knowing Coach Gilday, Coach Sano, Coach Garino, Coach Agnetta, Coach DiBiazzo, Coach Thielixon, Coach Flores. And every one of them dedicated countless hours to the youth of this city, and I am honored to follow in their footsteps. And I thank them for all the time that they have given to this program in this city. I am thrilled to meet the players and to get to work. I promise that when I meet with the players on Monday, I will do my best to begin to build relationships with the players, to earn trust, and to set positive standards, and to represent the tradition of Everett football to the best of my ability for every second on the job. That is why I'm here, to serve the kids of Everett. The one thing that I feel about my passion for coaching and my passion for being here is I just want everybody to know that I am going to give you my very best effort from this second forward. I will be a positive role model for our players. I will stress student athletes. We have a former player here who was on the Miami Dolphins practice squad who I met way back in 2016 or 17 when I was a volunteer assistant when he was just a kid. Remember, Jason? And you got a degree from Boston College and you're pursuing your dreams in the NFL, okay? And that's what I want for the kids in Everett. Not just to be NFL players, that's awesome. We have several in the league now, but I want them to be good citizens. I want them to be healthy, happy, and independent, and we are going to stress student athlete. That I promise you. Academics will be a priority. We will always be a program that includes our band, it includes our cheerleaders, it includes our entire city of Everett in everything that we do, okay? Because I love this city. I love this city. There is no place like home. I am beaming with pride. I am beaming with pride. And I'm going to end with this, okay? There is no I in team, but there is a capital E. and we are gonna represent the E as best as we can from this second floor.
Here we go, Everett, here we go.
Thank you, Gene and the band. Before we end, I would like to give the opportunity to the mayor, Carla Di Maria, to come up and say a few words.
I just wanted to say that this is a happy day for all of us in Everett, really. That this committee and the superintendent definitely righted a wrong. You know, we should never allow Bobby Loretto. But we're thankful that we have him back. And so on behalf of the residents of the city of Everett, welcome home.
And that concludes our program. We are going to have pictures, though, up here for anybody that wants to take some pictures. Thank you so much.